This video is a continuation from the previous. These are photos that I took with my DSLR and processed. So now you're seeing the end result of some interior architecture. Now you see I quite often shoot corners. I shoot corners on the outside of buildings and I shoot corners on the inside of buildings. I think it makes them more interesting. It makes them feel more three-dimensional. In the reflections, there was a mirror. The mirror was over here and was reflecting this. Now I have a 14mm lens that goes on my camera to be able to capture this. And a lot of you guys with your phones have very wide angle lenses on your phones. So I literally got down towards the ground. I was very, very close to the ground and shot up so I could get all the beautiful detail on the ceiling. And again, I got this corner. You could see what's on the table. You know, and I got a lot of great, beautiful detail in there. But I got really low to the ground to be able to take these interesting shots, so you feel more volume of the space. There's a foyer. And the nice thing is you're in this room. This is your beautiful floor, chandelier. Move into the room with the staircase. So you have two foyers, one at the back and one in the front. And it just kind of shows that you can travel, your eye can travel through the architecture in the building. This is a Swan House, by the way. This is in downtown Atlanta. Buckhead. Out exterior shot, you can see the railing in the foreground, midground, background. This is kind of the quintessential shot. Anytime you see pictures of the Swan House, you almost always have someone taking this photo, looking up the pond into the house, and there you can see almost the entire facade of the house. Normally I don't take facade shots, and facades are just the front of the building. But in this case, because of what was in front of it, these giant mushroom fountains, it worked. It was very symmetrical. Different, cropped differently. Got some of those sunlight rays coming through. This one's more about the fountain in the house. Landscaping, you know, as I mentioned in another photo, if you're going to shoot the whole house, make sure you got some beautiful landscaping around it. That's just, yep, there's that shot. Another nice shot to take is looking down spiral staircases like this. I got the chandelier, the floor. This creates this great depth. It's going somewhere, the eye's going. Got the foreground, the midground, out the windows, the background. So if you're ever, another thing you can do, high-end real estate photography, right? People who are selling high-end houses need a photographer to come in and shoot them. Images like this, so they can, you know, put them on the market for $1 million+ You can shoot architecture for commercial clients. There is good money in commercial architecture. In fact, Matt Odom, my photographer friend I previously mentioned, he does a lot of architecture, commercial architecture, and he says they pay better than anybody. Another shot of that foyer. Outside, back, that's the back of the house. Oh, and there was a car here to make it. Without that car, that shot's not as good. So I got this beautiful thing going on with the clouds, and it's got the rays coming down, and there's the house. It would have been a better shot if there was something, maybe a squirrel a rabbit, someone, something in here, a child on the lawn, or I don't know, a chair, something would have taken that to the next level. But it's still beautiful in and of itself because the subject is the house. And I tried shooting. There were these two fountains, but they weren't. They were to the left and to the right of the center, so I couldn't get a good shot. There's a chair again. This one's got a doll in it. Car makes that shot. Okay, and I guess that's just a picture. Oh, I have something else to show you in here somewhere, maybe. I thought it did. Oh, there's still Savannah. I wanted to talk about something else. Downtown. Okay. I showed you guys a lot of these already. Shots that I took downtown Atlanta with my phone. Let me just go through these kind of quickly. See if there was anything else to show you. I took a gazillion. All right, well, let's just use this as an opportunity to talk about. Okay, let me show you this. You maybe can't see this. It says total item count, 552 items. That's how many shots I took in 2 hours, 3 hours. I forget how long we were down there. And out of that, I probably got 10 good ones. You have to take a lot of photos. Now, you see a ton of photos here. I want to put this together as a photo montage, as a collage, which I think will be really great. I never did that before until about a year ago, and maybe 2 years ago. And I did a collage for the first time. No, it was about a year ago. I did collage for the first time out of architecture, and I just love the look. I just absolutely love it. So I took those, planning to do another collage, and I haven't yet. I like this shot. Let me show you guys this. Alright, so this is the Westin Peachtree on the inside, looking out at the tower on the outside through the glass ceiling. And I just did a whole bunch of those. I was going to try to do a collage with this too. But I really like that. You could see through the glass. You're looking up. You've got the ceiling, right? You got multiple layers here. And that's what really helps make a photo interesting. Yeah, here too, right? So I'm inside the building, and because of the glass, I can look out and look up and see the building. I showed you guys all of those. With this, those had more to do with reflection than architecture, but they were also architecture. That's a nice shot. Got the Coca-Cola sign. This big, it's round in contrast to all the other stuff that's not round. So it creates that focal point. Plus it's red. You can read the full names. Just kind of a nice little photo that would make a cool postcard for downtown Atlanta. I'm trying to think which one's the best one. I got really down to the ground. I put my camera, this is my phone, put my phone on the ground and tilted it back. So I got the polka dots in the street and the leaves. I didn't like the background, but I like the concept. That one's not quite as low to the ground. Street signs tend to be kind of cool. I showed you guys all of that. It was a lobby. Let's see. Showed you guys that. This is pretty cool. Let's see if I can find my best shot. I don't think I got the sculpture in one shot very well. But this was hanging from the ceiling. I tilted the camera so that the lines, these lines are actually sloping, but I made them straight, tilted my camera, made them straight, and everything else is tilting, and I got this kind of cool abstract shot of the building. Tilting sometimes really creates interesting diagonals, so don't be afraid to do that either. This was kind of cool. This was a sculpture hanging down from the ceiling, and there was another sculpture, and then the building, and it kind of made this interesting, it's not great, but it just kind of made a really interesting eye, carry your eye to the ceiling, look around, come down. So it does lead the eye around the building a lot. That was Portman Tower, which is now the SunTrust Plaza. John Portman designed it. I like shots like this too for architecture. The sculpture is my subject foreground, but you can see through the building and see more of the architecture. Just leads the eye into the picture, gives a sense of three-dimension. I had some other ones in here. Okay, well, that's probably a good place to stop this one and continue in the final one next.